What's happening, everybody? Matt here, but you can call me Matub, and welcome to Matub's Musings, a show where I talk about the Packers, and sometimes I'm only half wrong. Last week, I predicted the Packers would win over the Seahawks by a narrow margin. Turns out, they won by a larger margin than I thought, and no one scored nearly as many points as I thought. But then again, who would predict that the Packers and the Seahawks would be at 3-0 at the end of the first half? That was an insane game. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta, and they're opening their home stadium. Oh man, this is pretty rough. I don't feel super confident. I don't think the Packers have improved their secondary much over where they were last year when the Falcons dropped a 40-burger on them. But that is to say they have increased their pass rush pretty significantly. Now this week I actually had a coin toss prepared to go where Gina Thomas of Falcoholic and SB Nation talked with me about the Falcons worrying about the Packers pass rush or not. And sadly, my hard drive on my computer died and I lost the footage. But the basic gist of it was that the Falcons had a good O-line last year, and the only difference between last year's Falcons O-line and this year's is their right guard, who, according to Gina, their right guard is, he started his first game last week, and he was, I think the word that she used was just below adequate. And as he gets more practice with the rest of the O-line, she expects he's going to improve. My argument was that the Packers pass rush looked like, we haven't seen that pass rush in probably since 2015. Clay Matthews and Nick Perry both playing up to their expected level, and seeing Mike Daniels in third down looks definitely created a big difference for the defense. So when I talk about the woes of the Packers secondary, I can definitely say that they will be subverted slightly by the Packers pass rush actually getting home. Now, once again, Gina's argument was that the Packers played the Seahawks, and judging your pass rush by how well they do against the Seahawks isn't exactly a fair statement, because they're not exactly known for having like the 90s Cowboys offensive line. The Seahawks, I think they play 2 defensive linemen at guard, so it's not really a fair assessment, which I totally understand. But with that said, the Seattle Seahawks are still an NFL team, and they still have an NFL line. It's not great. It's pretty bad by NFL standards, but it's still, you're playing professionals. And I can't remember exactly who it was who brought it up on Twitter. I think it might have been Justice Mosqueda. But I saw a chart showing the percentage of dropbacks where a quarterback was pressured. And the top 4 actually did not include the Seahawks. Number 4 was Matt Ryan versus the Bears, who was pressured 44% of the time when he took dropbacks. We can all do the old adage of the Bears still suck, and that would be fair. However, maybe they don't this year. We just saw the Bears lose to the defending NFC champs with basically on the last play of the game when they just had the wrong running back in. Can we say that Mike Glennon is good? Maybe. Can we say that the Bears defense is good? Yeah, probably. So maybe it's not that the Falcons are bad. Maybe it's that the Bears are good, which is a definite possibility. The Packers open up as the 3-point underdogs, according to Vegas. And I think I would definitely choose them to cover. I think that this is going to be a close game. I would like to predict a shootout. I really would. But the Falcons have a really good secondary. They have a really good front 7. Desmond Trufant being back is definitely a big plus for them. I honestly, I don't know how to pick a score, because my score was so off last week that I am shooketh. I am completely lost for words. So, with that said, I'm going to say Packers 24? Yeah. Let's say Packers 24, Falcons 23. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll call it that. All right, guys. As always, I'm Matt, but you can call me Matub, and you have a great day.